Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the fifth video in a series of six. The next one will be the last in this series, where I'm connecting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech a year before he was assassinated, a speech entitled Beyond Vietnam, A Time to Break Silence, connecting that to the current war between Israel and Hamas that has decimated the land of Gaza and the 2 million people who live there. Over 20,000 people, 1%, over 1% of the people of Gaza have been killed in the past 3 months at the expense of this war. Dr. King's speech includes, toward the end, a lot of applause lines. If you listen to the audio recording of Dr. King's speech from 1967, you'll hear the crowd break out in applause, sometimes very lengthy applause at various points. And one of those applause lines that received the longest applause, I think, was this next paragraph. Dr. King said, "I am convinced that if we are to get on the right side of the world revolution, we as a nation must undergo a radical revolution of values." That's where the huge applause was. He continued, "We must rapidly begin the shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. When machines and computers, profit motives and property rights are considered more important than people, the giant triplets of racism, extreme materialism, and militarism are incapable of being conquered." Those three things are what Dr. King spoke about most frequently: racism, materialism, and militarism. And he spoke about bringing all three of those to an end. Often we just reduce his interests to just the first of those, and we think, well, maybe we've succeeded in that because we have, voting rights and stuff like this. But there's a lot more to racism and materialism and militarism that we have not yet conquered. And especially that militarism is in view when we think about the conflict between Israel and Hamas. We are propping up the military arm of Israel. Dr. King goes on to say, "A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death." I don't have the number. I didn't think to look it up before recording this video. Google it. What's the percentage of the United States budget that is spent on military defense? It's big. Compare that to programs of social uplift. I'm not talking about Social Security and Medicare. That takes up a huge chunk of our budget too. But foreign aid to people who are suffering in various parts of the world. What are we spending on that? Are we spending billions of dollars on social uplift? Are we spending more on military defense? Are we approaching spiritual death? Final paragraph for this video here. Dr. King goes on to say, every nation must now develop an overriding loyalty to mankind, to humankind as a whole, in order to preserve the best in their individual societies. This call for a worldwide fellowship that lifts neighborly concern beyond one's tribe, race, class, and nation is in reality a call for an all-embracing, unconditional love for all humankind. This is really crucial for Dr. King's message as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that'll be the focus of the final video that I'll share with you next time. But this all-embracing, unconditional love for all humankind, if we really have that love, if we really practice that love, then we will see our concern take wings and fly, not just for people that we like or people that we politically support, but for people of all tribes and races and classes and nations, even for those who are suffering, even for those who are being harmed, even for those, in this instance, who are suffering in Gaza. We will see our concern lift for those individuals too. Our loyalty needs to be to all humankind and not just to the nation of Israel. This madness must stop. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for our final video.